Earlier this week, a grand jury in New York voted to indict former President Donald Trump on a felony charge related to hush money payments made to silence claims of an alleged affair. He's now the first American president, past or present, to be indicted. Our Reggie Cecchini joins us now from Washington with more on this historic event. Reggie, the news first broke on Friday. What do we know so far, and what can we expect from the week ahead?
Yeah, hi, Jaden. Look, the news broke and it came as a shock not only to the media, but also to the former president and his legal team, who had believed that the case may have actually been falling apart or would potentially be held off because the grand jury was expected to go on a lengthy break starting in this first week of April. This process that is going to play out ahead of his arraignment does have some logistics that have been coordinated between the Secret Service, between the District Attorney's Office in New York and U.S. Marshals. And we understand that while the former president has been at his Mar-a-Lago estate through the weekend, he is expected to fly into New York on Monday night and overnight at his residence in Trump Tower in Midtown Manhattan before he will get a motorcade via Secret Service to the courthouse in Lower Manhattan on Tuesday morning. And it's in the run-up to his arraignment and that appearance before a judge that security really has become the priority and the concern across New York. We know that the city's police department, all 34,000 members, have been told for the next several days to appear in uniform, fearful that anything could erupt. And again, that goes back to some of the comments made by the former president on his social media account. We know that there are barricades that are surrounding not only Trump Tower, but there are also layers of barricades outside of the courthouse. Inside the courthouse, we don't know what's going to take place. There's a push to get cameras inside. That's typically not something allowed in New York courtrooms. We know that he will face processing like any other person would. It's unclear if he will get a mugshot, he will get his fingerprints taken, he will get a processing number, and then he will be given an opportunity to either walk out the back or leave through the front. If he does so, it would require more security, and it would also allow for Trump to turn this into a far more political spectacle.
A bit of a wait and see right now, but we know that Trump has already announced his plans to run in the 2024 presidential race. But is he now facing jail time? If convicted, does this affect his chances at another run in the Oval Office?
Yeah, and look, we need to point out that we don't know what is inside this sealed indictment. We know that there are likely dozens of charges, and a lot of them are linked to state-level charges. It's unclear if the court will allow or if there even is a possibility for any kind of federal felonies. So it's unclear, again, what jail time may look like, whether or not these are misdemeanors that the district attorney is bringing forward. But on a speculative kind of look at this, if this were to proceed to trial, if the former president now that he is indicted, were to be found guilty on any of these charges and ultimately found himself incarcerated, it wouldn't do anything to his ability to be able to carry forward with his campaign through 2024. Nothing in the U.S. Constitution prevents somebody from seeking the highest level of office, regardless of what crime they may have committed or something that they may have been found guilty of. And in fact, legal experts and constitutional experts, Jaden, say that somebody could be behind bars and be elected to office and technically still govern 334 million Americans. So the former president is expected to move forward. He does have the backing of his base. He does have the backing of the Republican Party, including members that he's actually running against for 2024. And with all of this, in the days after his indictment, the Trump campaign at least is saying that they've been able to fundraise more than $4 million since the indictments were dropped. So Trump believed that his base may see him as some form of political martyr. And if the numbers and dollars kind of line up where they are right now, he may not be impacted as much as many people think he might, regardless of these indictments.
A big week ahead. We know you'll be following this story closely for us coming up this week. Thanks so much for this, Reggie.
Thank you.